Hi everyone, this is the website I made. I ended up using Google Sites, and although it was the first time I used it, it was pretty easy once I got the hang of it. So here I just have my definitions of assistive tech. Just a quick definition and then some examples of the different types of AT. For the laws and regulations, I just included the timeline that we had made earlier in the semester, which I used Prezi to make. And then the 5 areas that I chose to focus on are users of AT, what teachers should know about AT, low-tech devices, AT for individuals with autism, and apps in AT. I'm a kindergarten special education teacher for students on the autism spectrum, and I designed this website with my coworkers in mind. Within my district, we have a pre-K to post-grad program, so I intend to share this website with those fellow teachers. So starting with users of AT, I just gave some examples of all the different people who can benefit from assistive technology. If you click on the pictures, it brings you to different information and links. One thing I included was that AT is also often used by neurotypical able-bodied people. I have my Amazon Alexa, that's definitely a type of AT. So I think it was interesting to include that really we all use assistive technology to benefit our lives. Next, I described what teachers should know. I started with just some common myths of assistive technology and common myths of AAC. I feel like oftentimes these preconceived notions get in the way of educators being willing to get more involved with assistive tech and AAC, so I wanted that to be kind of a starting off point. And found some really great resources. Next, I wanted to focus on there being no needed prerequisites to access assistive tech. And I just think it's important that educators keep in mind that any student can benefit from assistive tech, and it's really just up to us to find the right tools and resources. And then I found this really great blog post about presuming competence from a parent's perspective. Then I went into some specific forms of assistive tech that can be used in the classroom. I found some great information on writing AT into IEP goals. And then finally ended with some resources. My program is based in Massachusetts, so I found a great resource where you can actually loan out free assistive tech to do trials with students, so wanted to include some information about that. Next, I shared some low-tech devices and tried to focus on things that could be used in our classroom. We don't have a ton of funding in our district, so I wanted to focus on things that were either free, cheap, or used materials we probably already have. So I looked at accessible books, which we had learned about in one of our lessons, adapted books, some behavior management strategies, play and social interaction. I thought this had some really great ideas for fostering play and social skills using assistive tech. Reading and writing, math. Next, I looked at assistive technology specifically for students on the autism spectrum. I started with just an overview of tech options and then kind of broke it down by low-tech resources, from things like PECs to weighted vests. This goes through some of the benefits of weighted vests, mid-tech resources. This was a cool resource. It is a website that has social skills modeling videos for students, and then some higher tech resources. I really like this octopus watch that kids can wear, and it gives them reminders about different tasks and scheduling, and just really helps promote independence. And then finally, I ended with apps and assistive tech. Tried to focus on things that would be the most helpful in the classroom. This is a free AAC app. SnapType, I've used before with students who struggle with fine motor skills and writing. It's really cool. It lets you take a picture of a worksheet or a workbook, and then students can type into it. So it is a nice, accessible tool. Libby is something that I use. It's an audiobook library through free libraries. And then I really thought FlipWriter was neat. It has a dual screen so that if someone is typing or writing to communicate, their conversation partner can see what they're writing without them having to keep flipping the iPad around. And that was my project. I'm excited to share it around, hopefully add some more resources as I find them.